If you pull it out, then shoot, boy. Cause if it ain't dealt, then shoot, boy. You still you can be a little louder out. How's everybody doing out there? Okay. Alright, so our hype man worked then. They're doing really good. Hey, did everybody get a card on their way in here? If you got it, raise it in the air. If you got a card, a blue card, raise it in the air like you just took care of. Now, let me explain what the order of the night. We are here. As you can tell, we are in a church. This is Redeemer Church. I am the youth pastor of Redeemer Church. My name is Pastor Tim. It's nice to meet you guys. We are hosting this event. We're hosting this event it's not a church night, although we do church every Wednesday night at this time Encounter. We are hosting this event to raise awareness about a ministry called Souls for Christ. You get that too cute? A ministry called Souls for Christ. Matt Servello and Alex Kearney and some of the dudes here in our youth ministry started this. They've given away thousands of pairs of shoes all around our city to kids that don't have them. They've given away shoes to Kenya, Uganda.
In Utica, where we live, it's one of the most populated places for refugees. Refugees are always getting overlooked in our city. As I was reading Matthew chapter 25, this verse hit me so hard and it's changed my life forever. It says, Jesus talking, and he said, "Truly, my brothers, as you did it to the least of these, you did it to me." And this hit me so hard because how we treat the least of these, the Bible says, it's how we treat Jesus. And as we started to run out with this vision that God has given us to touch the least of these, touch the refugees in our city, we really began to see God move in a mighty way. And as we saw God move in a mighty way, we were just like, God, we want to have 100% assurance that this is from you. And so I talked to our creative director and I said, listen, I feel like we need to stop this because I need to know if it's from God. Everything in life, I don't want to move anywhere if I'm not in God's will. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. That night, I went out to an event for our church. There was a guest speaker that I never knew, I never met in my whole life. And it was the last altar call. And he said, there's somebody in the crowd that is about to start a business top to poor, that all the money is going to go to the poor. And they're going to change their city. God is going to establish you. In 1 year, you'll never believe where you're going to be. And he started telling my very own thoughts. At this point, I knew it was from God. I just broke down and started to weep. And from there, we started to really believe to see God move. And God has did stuff that we can't even believe. We've given away thousands of shoes to the Dominican, to wherever we can. And we begin to see God move in such a mighty way. As we started to develop this more, we started to realize that it wasn't just refugees, but there was all different types of kids in school that don't have shoes. We've heard so many stories where kids had holes in their shoes. They were embarrassed to come to school, and we were able to give shoes to them. We realized that $8 could change a kid's life. It could change a kid's heart, how he views God. It can change a kid how he views all of life, and it shows a kid that he's loved and that he is worth. For us, it's more than shoes. It's about showing kids that they're loved.
Alright guys, that was pretty awesome, wasn't it? Yeah. Pretty amazing what these guys are doing. I want to introduce them. I'm just going to do it, and then we'll talk about you guys in a second. This is my friend Matthew. What's your middle name, Matt?
Oh, that's top secret.
Okay, this is Matthew Servello. I've known Matthew my entire life. Since he was 3 years old, he invited me to his birthday parties. He used to like Pizza Hut pizza, but then he found out he was very gluten-free, so now he cannot eat that, but Chris Woodbeck pizza out there he really likes. So this is Matt Servello, one of the founders of Souls for Christ. Can you give it up for Matt? Merch and the clothes and all the things we're going to talk about, that most of the graphic design, he's one of the dudes that put that all together. So this is Alex Kearney. Give it up for Alex Kearney.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take about 20 minutes. What you just saw, that powerful video, we want to break it down. We want to show you what Souls for Christ is. We want to show you what they're doing, how it started, and where it's going, and how you can be a part of it too. So I want to ask you, we're going to start off with this. We're just going to start off with the vision. Matthew, what is Souls for Christ? We saw a flashy video, we saw shoes, we saw your beautiful face, but what is Souls for Christ?
Yeah, so Souls for Christ is actually, it's a non-for-profit organization where we get kids shoes locally and abroad, sneakers. And we fund this whole operation. We started by selling sneakers, reselling Jordans, but now we've actually moved to completely making all the money off of clothing and donations. So that's probably your 1 minute version real quick.
Yeah. Could you just explain the name Souls for Christ just in just 1 minute or 30 seconds? Could you do that, Alex?
Yeah. So it's like a little play on word, like souls, and then like our souls with soles of the feet, and for Christ, because we're not doing this for ourselves, for anything else, but we're doing it for Christ, so that people would know Christ in the city, and whoever gets the shoes, that they would know Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just a precursor. You are in a church, and you may not be here, you may not know the Lord, you may not care or be religious or anything like that. A huge part of their story is about their faith and them meeting Jesus Christ. So we're unapologetically going to be talking about this. It is an amazing cause what they're doing, but it's the idea behind it is something that actually transcends just cool Instagram clothes and social media stuff. So, all right. So what is Souls for Christ? It's a not-for-profit started by these guys. Let's talk about the Rubes a little bit. We got this man Matt Servello, the man, the myth, the legend. I want to understand a little bit about who Matt Servello is. So, Matthew. You're clearly a 17-year-old boy. You got glasses on. You're gluten-free and dairy-free. Can we give it up?
100% true.
But, Matt, since I've known you since you were a little kid, you always had a really good taste in shoes.
It's true.
I wear my shoes up here. You see these sand, I call these my Air Ones. But Matthew actually wears real Air Ones and all these different things. And I remember about 4 years ago, Matthew has a unique and distinct ability to be able to totally rip people off. And I'm just gonna give him
What?
I'm just gonna throw this out there. He used to be like, yo, Pastor Tim, look at these shoes I got. And he would have like $300 Jordans that were just released. That he's like, dude, I traded a pair of sunglasses that I bought online for $20 and some pocket lint for these. The kid didn't even see it coming. And I'm like, bro. So that's just me telling about Master Bro. And I remember he amassed a collection. Can you talk a little bit about your collection of shoes? How many shoes did you have like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, so before I got saved, I would say probably with buying and reselling in 1 year, probably like anywhere from 50 to 100 pairs of shoes went through my hand, maybe even more that year.
Yeah. He was like really, really good at swapping and trading shoes, and he was always doing that. He's got an entrepreneurial spirit, which is awesome, but at first he was ripping kids off and unapologetically. But I do remember this. I remember this happened 2 or 3 years ago. I remember Matt Servello came to church, and he just had boxes of shoes, and I remember he was just all his collection of shoes, he was giving them away, like literally thousands of dollars worth of shoes. I was like, bro, your mom is gonna kill me. Stop giving away all your shoes. And but Matt, I remember there was such a drastic change because you were a kid that was ripping kids off for shoes, never wanted to be in church or even talk to me, and then all of a sudden there was a drastic change in your life where you're giving away thousands of dollars worth of shoes. Would you explain like what happened in that time?
Yeah, for sure. So my whole life I grew up in this church. He started saying, no, Jesus died for you. He washed your sins away so that now God sees you as his son. And just those words forever have lived in my heart that, teenage years I began to drift away. And I remember I always was chasing after whether it was a girl, whether it was, Kurt's laughing at me when I said girls. Hey. So whether if it was girls, whether if it was a starting position on the sports team, whether it was the shoes. And I remember it was one time I felt like everything that I wanted in my life, I had. I had the shoes I wanted, I finally got the girl I wanted, and I had the starting position on my sports team. I was so happy with something inside me said there has to be more to live than this. And I remember there was this emptiness, and I said, God, if this is all that there is to live for, I don't want to live this life. And there was a man at this church, he's not here anymore, but he began to tell me about Jesus, and for the first time in my life, he said, Jesus died for you. Jesus paid the price. I said, there's stuff that...
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry it came to an abrupt ending because my camera stopped recording on me. It kept doing that and I didn't know what to do. I did voice record half of the meeting, and if you guys want to hear that, leave a comment down below. And I also hope I spelled their charity right. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.